Alright, is it back up? Fucking, I don't know. I don't know what's going on, man. This fucking thing. Test. Okay, I guess it's working now. My entire thing got fucked though, so I gotta reset up everything. Sorry guys, I don't know what's going on with this shit this morning. It's been a bad morning. I don't know why that shit was auto playing like that. I had nothing open, so it didn't make fucking sense. It's gonna take me a minute, guys. I have to reset up all the chats. That's why I play the music video in the beginning, so I can do this while the music video is playing.
King Cocketed, hello there.
It didn't kill anyone, that's so sad.
Same here, I need something.
Alright, we got most of the shit back up. That was so stupid. I don't know why we had to do all that. It was dumb as fuck. Alright, fire PoE back up. I need to open another Chrome tab. Frieza65, thank you for the follow. I'm almost done, guys. Just give me 1 second. I had to reset up everything. I don't know where it was pulling that video source from. That was super weird. Because it was playing, but I had no instances of Chrome open. I had gone in and Control-Alt-Delete Chrome, so it shouldn't have been playing anymore. Pain in the dick. Alright. This has been a really shitty day. It's been real shitty so far. I woke up this morning, I had a doctor's appointment. I couldn't go because we couldn't find my fucking referral. Yo, what's up, Fritz? I'm fine. A rough start to the morning, but other than that, I'm fine. Alright. I think we're just gonna farm. I'm gonna farm. I'm gonna put a YouTube video on and just fucking farm. Let's see, what do we want to watch? Let's watch. There's a game getting ready to come out that I want to see. Here it is.
6-minute trailer. Massively positive reception so far.
I think this will work.
Mega good reception. This game is looking super good. This is called Phantom Blade Zero. I haven't seen it or anything.
I'm from the U.S. I'm right outside of
I only watched
Washington,
one.
D.C.
Were the 7 stars in their sword formation. Together they have slain countless evildoers, but now they're dark and hollow, just like their faces. What?
This looks like Ghost of Tsushima.
Graphics look good. Oh.
stream whatever I feel like playing. I don't make money doing this, so I stream whatever I feel like. Combat looks good.
This is really cool. Holy shit. Damn. Imagine it on PC, yeah. This is awesome. Holy fuck.
This reminds me a lot of Ghost of Tsushima. I like it though.
Oh. You're killing the illusions. It's like one of them's got like a blue face. This a parry? This is really good. I'm gonna play the fuck out of this. This fight looks smooth, yeah. And like, here's the other thing, right? Is like, how many games like this turn into literal trash the moment that you're not doing a 1v1 combat situation? Because like, to me, that's the way I think a lot of Souls-like games are. And like, this is, it does seem like it's basically a Souls-like, right? It's not gonna be exactly, but it has a lot of the same features. Yeah, this is really good. Oh. Souls-like game, hack and slash? Yeah, a little bit.
Damn, man, that game looks good.
This is really good.
I stream almost every day.
Man. And so, they have difficulty modes on this game too. Not something I'm a huge fan of, but they do have like an easy and a more challenging mode too. Yeah, this is really clean. Oh. Damn. The scuffed ass Nazgul. Phase 2. Yep.
Oh shit, a puppet.
Oh yeah.
Bro, this game looks so good.
What the fuck? This is fucking badass. It's a puppet? Yeah, and he does move that way too. I love how also one part of this that I really like is the fact that
Looks really good.
hey, here's the gameplay trailer. It's like 4 minutes and probably assumedly 6 minutes of uncut gameplay. It's not like 5 seconds, 5 seconds, 12 seconds, 5 seconds. It's just straight fucking gameplay. This is nuts.
Trying to think of what I want to
No
do.
cuts.
I guess we're gonna
Yeah,
go run.
no cuts. Oh no, that reminds me of those dick suckers in Elden Ring. I hated them. Yeah. Ubisoft could never. Well, this is I think this is a China game, right? Or it might have been the other one. Yeah. I don't know what happened, man.
Oh, I'm
China's
sorry,
been-
Frizz. I don't
China's
add
been
people
cooking.
on Discord.
This is crazy.
I also don't buy art. You're like the... I've been doing this for like 5 years, man. You're like the 19,000th
So you
person
have,
that's
like,
asked the
different
same
special
question.
attacks, too? I can't wait to not use any of those.
We're gonna run some lower level ones. Man, trying to get warmed up, I think.
Bro, they must have got somebody
That
from
game
Team
looks good.
Darkside to do this. That's so badass. Yeah, that's so good. Man. So good. Hopefully it comes out this year. The soft snake sword. Ooh, like the Bloodborne weapon. The cane. Man. Well, that's the trailer for the game. It's the game.
PlayStation.
Yeah, so
They
yeah,
need to do
what-
more
what's the
trailers
game
like that
Well,
where
here's 6 minutes of the
Yeah,
game.
6 minutes of gameplay. That's exactly what
500,000 views
what
already.
trailer
People are
should be.
fucking loving this. Thank God. Like, this is what I want to see, man. Finally, time to dust off the PlayStation. I'm not sure if it's going to be released on PC as well. I mean, I've got a PS5, right? It's not a big deal. But if I'm going to play more games on PS5, I'll probably get a PS5 Pro just for a little bit better viewing experience for PC. Oh, PC too? Okay, fuck yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. This is so fucking badass, man. Like, I didn't expect it to just be a 6-minute boss fight uncut. Man, that was cool. Especially the ending of it, man. Like this. So fucking cool. So fucking badass. Yeah, PC too? Yeah, it's coming out on the 30th, apparently.
Wait, that
Do you
comes
think
out
the
this
Astrobot
month?
update is good enough to steal Game of the Year from this? Well, yeah, of course it is. For
Wait,
the
wait,
Sony
wait,
Game
wait, wait,
Awards?
wait, wait,
Yeah,
wait,
absolutely.
wait. I will definitely buy this. We'll play this.
As good as Assassin. Yeah, see, that's the thing. Look at this gameplay. Look at this. Actually, let's go to the beginning. Compare this to
Wait, I don't
Assassin's
see
Creed
it.
Shadows.
It's a forbidden planet, an otherworldly.
I don't see this game on Steam.
It's just sad.
Phantom Blade
Really,
Zero.
it's just fucking sad. The creativity is insane. Yeah, this is awesome.
I don't see it on Steam. I wonder what it's coming out
Ubisoft?
on.
Yeah. And so again, you guys want to see the side by side?
It's not on Steam. I don't know what the fuck this is coming out on.
I'm gonna do it.
It's weird.
Let me see if I can show. Yeah, this is it.
Assassin's Creed Shadows gonna
Okay.
suck. Zero interest in
What
it.
is it?
Okay. Yeah. All right. Let's go. All right.
I need mana recovery, man. I need way more mana recovery.
There's a clear difference. You think so? Man.
I just keep running out of mana, man. I leveled up some of my
think they might need
skills.
to
They're
delay
all
the
at level
game
19
again.
now, which is burning through my mana
Yeah, maybe
really
they're gonna.
fast.
I think that's what's gonna have to happen. Oh wow! Did you guys see that? He jumped up in the air. It's not a fair comparison. Of course not. Of course it's not a fair comparison. Oh, no way. Play the music? No, guys. I don't even know if it has the music. I just turned that off. Yeah, this is so much fucking better. This is insane. Okay, here we go. The two boss fights. Man. Here we go. Both games have different directions. For sure, man. For sure. So it's the direction. See, yeah, it's a different direction of the game. Yeah. Yeah, the direction. Yeah, it's off a cliff. Exactly.
Yeah, the direction of the game is fucking
it's
sucking.
It's not even remotely close.
There's a reason they've delayed it 3 times now. That game's a shit show, I guarantee you.
I don't even know what to say. One is directed towards success, the other one's financial ruin. Yeah. Yeah, they do it. Yeah, this one has a different direction. Yeah, this one's supposed to be a good game. And Assassin's Creed Shadows is supposed to be a brave statement. So good for them. Man, I'm willing to bet nobody will remember this game after a year. Well, I'm pretty sure people will remember Assassin's Creed Shadows. I mean, I bet they will. Yeah, they definitely will. People remember Concord, too. Hey, we still remember E.T. on Atari. Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, as the worst game. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's always good to be remembered, huh? I don't know about that. So, no Souls-like game, combo-driven, difficulty options, character progression, no respawn for mobs after checkpoints or death. And so it looks like each mob is going to be a little bit harder to fight, I'm kind of assuming. Unreal 5, fluid FPS 60, 2 graphics mode on PS5, so you have bad and really bad, you know, since it's a PS5. And making the most of the DualSense, each weapon affects gameplay based on Chinese wuxia culture. Range of cool and dark elements. New style called Kung Fu Punk. I don't know what that is. Inspired by Ninja Gaiden, Sekiro, and Nioh. All right, well, great. Multiplayer end-game content plan. Independent game studio in China called S-Game.
I need to fucking. I have to do something about our mana.
Right.
Our mana is so fucking slow
Let's
to
get
recharge.
Hopefully they're S tier. Yeah, exactly, right? Release date coming this year. No Souls-like is the best thing I've seen for this game. Can't wait. I feel like, I mean, what does Souls-like even mean anymore? I don't know. I mean, it plays kind of like Sekiro. I mean, I think that the term is overused in general. But man, this looks really fucking badass to me. Who wins, S game or AAA, a quadruple A game? I wonder, man. Yeah, I really wonder. Every third-person action game is a Souls-like, apparently. Yes, it is. Did you ever play Ninja Gaiden? No, but I did play Sekiro. I played Sekiro a lot, and so yeah, play Nioh 2. There's a lot of games that I haven't gone through, man. Like, I haven't gone through many of them, but this game does look really, really good, and I'm super excited for it. Like, this is fucking amazing. So hopefully they keep, putting up new content, and it seems like even people on Twitter are super positive about this game and everything. So very big changes, very big stuff coming. See, apparently this new game came out. I didn't even know about this. There's apparently another Concord that's coming out that I wasn't even fucking aware of. I feel like that it's already... Wait, is it already dead? Wait, it's...
So about a month ago, we talked about this
What?
game, Unknown 9 Awakening.
Unknown 9, yeah, accurate. I didn't even know it existed.
I remember
Another
hearing
giant
about it. I didn't know it
associated
released.
with Sweet Baby Inc. Kim Belair having been credited for working on the game, as well as David Bedard at Reflector.
Yeah,
the
she
dev
did like
studio-
the speeches, like she was the one talking.
behind Unknown 9 Awakening, who's also a co-founder of Sweet Baby Inc. So founding members of Sweet Baby Inc. have worked on Unknown 9 Awakening, and let's get a brief refresher of how that game's been doing before we take a look at the further news regarding this update. Hopping over to SteamDB, as of recording right now, there are currently
22 playable in game. Jesus Christ, that's so low. That's so fucking low.
Maybe the 9 was referencing to the amount of people that know about the game. That must have been it.
22 people in-game playing Unknown 9 Awakening on Steam.
Holy shit.
Review score sitting at 33.47%, astronomically terrible, as well as the player count, of course. And the all-time peak player
That's
count
really
is
bad.
also
200.
awful, having achieved 285. To call this game a flop might even be generous.
I don't think
and
it's a
I don't
flop.
just say that because of the terribly performing game itself, but everyone
This is crazy. Like,
That's
look
not
at
even
the
a flop. You
quality
might
of
as
the
well.
game,
You might as well
too.
not even
like,
release
this is millions of dollars getting pissed away. And like the actress in there, she was the one who played Yennefer in The Witcher.
associated with Unknown 9 Awakening.
Look
from-
at her arms. Yeah, bro, wait a second. I didn't even... God damn.
All
She
right,
looks
I
like
guess let's hit this
a
breach real
male
quick.
human in WoW.
From Reflector, a Sweet Baby Inc., and even Bandai Namco seem to have thought that this would be a great, highly successful new intellectual
you think it's
property,
failing?
as they were making their own
22
cinematic
people is
universe
pretty
of
fucking
sorts,
low.
including various comic releases to
Wait,
go.
there's Unknown 9. Oh no. They're trying. No.
Bro,
They're in the hole for this probably $400 million. Oh my god. Look at all this media.
along with the game, and even a web series and scripted podcast. Oh, and also some novels, as you can see here. Got this whole thing lined up. So, like,
Yeah.
let's just take a minute to just let this all sink in.
we tried to
man.
get
Like,
through
Who
it.
cares?
Holy
not
smokes,
great at
dude.
these breaches, man. I
They
quite,
had-
don't quite
this
understand.
reminds
Got
me of
divine
Concord,
order,
right?
that's crazy.
Like, didn't the Concord
No, this is even
That's
more
the most valuable
embarrassing
thing
than
in the game when
Concord
it comes to
because
currency.
at least Concord was just a game, right? They had the one secret level thing, but this is like basically these people. Like, this is the definition of counting your eggs before they hatch. These people don't even have one egg. They thought they had a whole dozen.
Oh yeah, this game's already dead.
People think that this was
I
going
don't
to
know
be
if
like
they'll
a
shut it
long-term,
down,
like
but
Star Wars
dead.
level.
It wasn't
IP.
multiplayer, I don't think.
They
It's a
had, like,
single
all
player
these, like,
game. So.
huge ambitions for Concord. I mean, this is a similar.
So they
thing
won't
here
shut
with
it
Unknown
down,
Nine
which is-
Awakening.
Oh my
Obviously,
God.
far less
It just
money
will
spent on
cease
this than
to
Concord,
exist.
and I don't believe Sweet Baby Inc.
I don't know if that's true. I mean, if they have all of these IPs running simultaneously, I mean, Concord is a legendary level failure. But I feel like this one, like, if I was one of the people that was like a person that kind of like thought all this out, I would be trying to take out a life insurance policy. I would be like, I need to look out for my family. Like, I just made a really big mistake. Yeah, I'd be taking out a life insurance policy. This is bad.
Involved with Concord at all. I'm simply comparing how both have flopped entirely, and of
Yeah,
course
sure.
there's also similarities in things like DI policies with the games,
Yeah, sure.
and also out of touchness and tone deafness from the people involved with both games. The
Wait,
point
what the
is,
fuck?
it's just funny to me, the similarities. It's really astonishing when people defend Sweet Baby Inc. They always cite like 2 successful games that they worked on, that being Ragnarok.
I don't think Sweet Baby is the reason why it's bad. I think it's bad, and they invite Sweet Baby in to make it worse. I really don't think.
Yeah,
it's
anybody
like
that
the fucking
hires
The
Sweet
Harbinger
Baby
of
Inc.
Death,
is already
right?
building a bad
no,
game.
it's they're invited in with open arms and paid for their time.
And also Spider-Man.
Like-
And the defenders conveniently never talk about the numerous, growing list of like
Oh, wow.
extreme failures that Sweet Baby
This
Inc.
is
has worked on.
Wait, is this the game?
And another point that I've brought up before is Ragnarok and Spider-Man
This makes Star Wars Outlaws look like Elden Ring.
had giant
fucked
teams
up.
working on those
Star Wars
games. In
Outlaws
other
was
words,
trash.
SGI's involvement was probably kept at a minimum. But the games that have like far smaller teams and therefore likely
Jesus, look at this! Is so disgusting. Oh my god, why would anybody...
Far more involvement from Sweet Baby Inc. tend to be these like huge flops, man. And now in this situation, I haven't even finished everything because
Look at how shitty this is. I've got to say it. Riddick did this better in 2000 and what was it, 2003? Yeah, this is insane.
because turns out Reflector is going through layoffs, similar to Zao, who worked with Sweet Baby Inc., who then had layoffs and then shut down their entire games division. It looks like Reflector is currently going down that same road. As that takes us to Eurogamer, who says, On No 9 Awakening developers report
layoffs. How could this happen? How could this have happened to them? Let's be honest, a lot of those games look worse than Half-Life 2. I bet there's a Half-Life 2 texture pack that makes the game look better than this. You're right.
layoffs. Reflector Entertainment's debut launched last
Why isn't
month,
that thing dying?
and already they are now laying people off.
Wait,
Staff-
so this... Hold up. Oh, they launched last month? Yeah, bro, like, the 9 is referring to the amount of people that knew this game was coming out. I didn't even know this happened. Check Steam? Okay, I'm gonna pull it up right now. So, 285 people. Wow.
Is this the same video still, or did a new video start?
Wait, is this worse than Immortals of Avenum?
Oh, it did. A new video started playing.
Oh my... Wait, is it worse than Concord?
This is an old video. This video is from 2 months ago. Alright, we're gonna find something else to watch. Trump's gonna be live in Davos today, torching the fucking World Economic Forum. So we'll watch that when that comes on. He's gonna torch the fucking World Economic Forum. It's gonna be hilarious. Yeah, that game came out like 3 months ago. I don't know why. It was an old video. 5090 graphics card reviews are in. I'm not upgrading. It's only got about a 20% increase in performance, so I'll gain 20 frames per second, maybe, if that. So yeah, it was a 32% raw increase from the 4090 to the 5090. Or from the 4090 to the 5090, but the 3090 to the 4090 was an 81% increase. So it was fucking triple. So like I'm gonna wait. I think I'm gonna wait for the 6000 series. I don't know when he's going live.
New
Oh, I do want to watch this. I will watch this when it goes live.
Built things and created wealth. That's never happened before. The path to wealth creation is the Nancy Pelosi path in politics. Nobody in politics ever helped anyone. Elon Musk, revolutionary. Ladies and gentlemen, none of these people have ever helped anyone. None of them have any discernible skills or value that they've provided for their societies. All they are Marxist technocrats who are here to figure out how to make your life worse and how to oppress you with their cult-like hedonism. And we have proof of that, actually. We have proof. We have some of the old ads, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. This is a good one. The 2031. Oh, it's so good. But I just want to show you guys, this is where President Trump is going to be addressing very soon. And, of course, we're watching it like a hawk. We won't miss a single second of President Trump's address, the World Economic Forum, just to show you, like,
Fucking World Economic
who these
Forum.
guys are and
Trump should
what
walk
they-
in there, be like, fuck you guys, walk
Here
out
is
and
what they
drop a
want for your
missile
life.
straight through the roof of that
This is
fucking
what
place.
they want for your life. In just 4 years, you'll own nothing, and you will be happy. Does that person look happy? Whatever you want, you'll rent. It'll be delivered by drone. Okay. I guess
I'm
we'll
gonna need to
start
make
over.
a catalyst fucking
Whatever you want.
tab.
Oh, okay. Doesn't that
running
sound
out
like
of
a dream?
room.
Oh, is that it? Oh, is that the whole thing? No. We gotta get the longer video. This is like a. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry about that, client. There's like a longer, like 60-second version. We're just doing it. We're just vamping for fun. But like, there's a longer 60-second version. Go find me that. Let's play another one. Here we go. How do you defeat homelessness? Oh, okay. Here we go. Donald Trump, I think will be addressing Davos in just a moment. It's starting. Here we go.
Okay.
Oh, hello, Mr.
It's gonna
Nazi.
be quick. Oh, it's the
How do you
fucking,
do?
it's the Nazi guy that I hate.
Oh, here we go.
Klaus Schwab. That motherfucker deserves to be punched in his fucking mouth.
What great honor and pleasure to welcome you back to the Davos community. Just 4 days into your new mandate, we highly appreciate your presence with us today. We wish you all the best as you take on your critical work ahead. The global challenges we face today are monumental. The importance of American leadership and your personal leadership in this regard is fundamental and paramount. We are here to
January
hear your vision,
20th, noon, January 20th,
policies
he was
related to
was when he took power.
revitalizing the economy and addressing the global challenges. As you might expect, Mr. President, your return to office and your forthcoming policies have been at the focus of our discussions this week. The discussions among 3,000 political and business leaders from over 130
They should all. I'm gonna say something crazy, but they should have a list of all the people that are fucking signed up for WEF. Put them all in a goddamn room and gas that bitch. Yo, fuck those people, man. Destroy the fucking world.
Moderated by my colleague Børge Brende. Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump.
I think I might.
Well, thank you very much, Klaus, and hello to everyone in beautiful Davos. This has been a truly historic week in the United States. 3 days ago, I
This would
took
have been
the
good
oath
if it
of
didn't have
office, and
fucking
we began
minion
the
skills on it.
golden age of America. The recent presidential election was won by millions of votes, and all seven, every one of them, all seven swing states. It was a massive mandate from the American people like hasn't been seen in many years, and some of the political pundits, even some of my so-called enemies, said it was the most consequential election victory in 129 years. That's quite nice. What the world has witnessed in the past 72 hours is nothing less than a revolution of common sense. Our country will soon be stronger, wealthier, and more united than ever before, and the entire planet will be more peaceful and prosperous as a result of this incredible momentum and what we're doing and going to do. My administration is acting with unprecedented speed to fix the disasters we've inherited from a totally inept group of people and to solve every single crisis facing our country. This begins with confronting the economic chaos caused by the failed policies of the last administration. Over the past 4 years, our government racked up $8 trillion in wasteful deficit spending and inflicted nation-wrecking energy restrictions, crippling regulations, and hidden taxes like never before. The result is the worst inflation crisis in modern history and sky-high interest rates for our citizens and even throughout the world. Food prices and the price of almost every other thing known to mankind went through the roof. President Biden totally lost control of what was going on in our country, but in particular with our high inflation economy and at our border. Because of these ruinous policies, total government spending this year is $1.5 trillion higher than was projected to occur when I left office just 4 years ago. Likewise, the cost of servicing the debt is more than 230% higher than was projected in 2020. The inflation rate we are inheriting remains 50% higher than the historic target. It was the highest inflation probably in the history of our country. That's why from the moment I took office, I've taken rapid action to reverse each and every one of these radical left
Bro, I
policies that
cannot
created
figure.
this
I cannot
calamity.
kill these guys. I don't
In
know what
particular
happened, but the
with
bosses are
immigration,
so fucking
crime, and
hard now.
inflation.
Like,
On
I
day
can't.
one, I signed an executive order directing every member of my cabinet to marshal all powers at their disposal.
I don't get it. I don't know what the fuck I need to
defeat
do.
inflation and reduce the cost of daily life. I imposed a federal hiring freeze, a federal
I get one
regulation
shot. It's
freeze,
fucking
a
dumb.
foreign
Like,
aid
it's
freeze,
a
and
fucking
I
problem
created
at this
the new
point, because
Department of Government Efficiency. I terminated the ridiculous and incredibly wasteful Green New Deal. I call it the Green New Scam. Withdrew from the one-sided Paris Climate Accord and ended the insane and costly electric vehicle mandate. We're going to let people buy the car they want to buy. I declared a national energy emergency, and it's so important, national energy emergency, to unlock the liquid gold under our feet and pave the way for rapid approvals of new energy infrastructure. The United States has the largest amount of oil and gas of any country on earth, and we're going to use it. Not only will this reduce the cost of virtually all goods and services, it'll make the United States a manufacturing superpower and the world capital of artificial intelligence and crypto. My administration has also begun the largest deregulation campaign in history, far exceeding even the record-setting efforts of my last term. In total, the Biden administration imposed $50,000 in additional regulatory costs on the average American household over the last 4 years. I have promised to eliminate 10 old regulations for every new regulation, which will soon put many thousands of dollars back in the pockets of American families. To further unleash our economy, our majorities in the House and Senate, which we also took along with the presidency, are going to pass the largest tax cut in American history, including massive tax cuts for workers and family, and big tax cuts for domestic producers and manufacturers. And we're working with the Democrats on getting
crazy.
an
This
extension
still
of
has
the
more
original
armor.
Trump tax cuts, as you probably know, by just reading any paper. My message to every business in the world is very simple. Come make your product in America, and we will give you among the lowest taxes of
Nope,
any
Chump
nation
fucking ruined
on
it.
Earth. We're bringing them down very substantially.
I can't
even from the
I can't
original
get any
Trump
better
tax
gear.
cuts.
Like, the gear, the
But if
crafting
you
in this
don't
game
make
is
your
fucking
product in
terrible.
America, which is your
Like, it's just
prerogative,
so much RNG in the
then
crafting.
very
You can
simply,
never
you will
build
have to
anything
pay
worthwhile.
A tariff, differing amounts, but a tariff which will direct hundreds of billions of dollars and even trillions of dollars into our treasury to strengthen our economy and pay down debt. Under the Trump administration, there will be no better place on earth to create jobs, build factories, or grow a company than right here in the good old USA. Already Americans' economic, you can see this, I think, maybe even in your wonderful, wonderful room that you're all gathered together, so many of my friends, but Americans, the economic confidence is soaring like we haven't seen in many, many decades, maybe not at all. Upon my election, it was just announced that small business optimism skyrocketed by 41 points in a single month. That's the highest ever. There's never been anything like that. SoftBank has announced between
So
a 100
mad, dude.
and
I
200
don't know what to
billion
do.
dollar
I don't know what to
investment
do to
in
make my
the
guy
US
stronger at
economy
this point.
because of the election result.
Like,
And just
I-
2 days ago,
I can't get
Oracle,
anything done.
SoftBank, and
Like,
OpenAI announced a $500 billion investment in
It's very
AI
frustrating. Very,
infrastructure.
very frustrating.
Other companies likewise have announced billions and billions and billions, adding up to trillions of investment in America, in the United States. And it's also reported today.
I'm gonna try to
in
do
the
this. I don't think
papers
this is gonna
that,
matter.
Saudi Arabia will be investing at least $600 billion in America, but I'll be asking the Crown Prince, who's a fantastic guy, to round it out to around $1 trillion. I think they'll do that because we've been very good to them. And I'm also going to ask Saudi Arabia and OPEC to bring down the cost of oil. You got to bring it down, which frankly, I'm surprised they didn't do before the election. That didn't show a lot of love by them not doing it. I was a little surprised by that. If the price came down, the Russia-Ukraine war would end immediately. Right now, the price is high enough that that war will continue. You got to bring down the oil price. You got to end that war. They should have done it long ago. They're very responsible, actually, to a certain extent, for what's taking place. Millions of lives are being lost. With oil prices going down, I'll demand that interest rates drop immediately, and likewise, they should be dropping all over the world. Interest rates should follow us. All over, the progress that you're seeing is happening because of our historic victory in a recent presidential election. one that has become quite well known throughout the world. I think a lot of things are happening to a lot of countries. They say that there's light shining all over the world since the election, and even countries that we aren't particularly friendly with are happy because they understand what there is a future and how great the future will be. Under our leadership, America is back and open for business, and this week I'm also taking swift action to stop the invasion at our southern border. They allowed people to come in at levels that nobody's ever seen before. It was ridiculous. I decided and declared to do, and very, very importantly, a national emergency on our border, immediately halted all entry of illegal border crossers, of which there were many, and began promptly returning the illegal trespassers back to the place from which they came. That action, as you've probably seen, has already started very strongly. I've deployed active duty U.S. military and National Guard troops to the border to assist in repelling the invasion. It was really an invasion. We will not allow our territory to be violated. After 4 long years, the United States is strong and sovereign and a beautiful nation once again. It's a strong, sovereign nation. In addition, I'm pleased to report that America is also a free nation once again. On day one, I signed an executive order to stop all government censorship. No longer will our government label the speech of our own citizens as misinformation or disinformation, which are the favorite words of censors and those who wish to stop the free exchange of ideas and, frankly, progress. We have saved free speech in America, and we've saved it strongly. With another historic executive order this week, I also ended the weaponization of law enforcement against the American people and, frankly, against politicians, and restored the fair, equal, and impartial rule of law. My administration has taken action to abolish all discriminatory diversity, equity, and inclusion nonsense, and these are policies that were absolute nonsense throughout the government and the private sector. With the recent yet somewhat unexpected great Supreme Court decision just made, America will once again become a merit-based country. You have to hear that word, merit-based country. And I've made it official, an official policy of the United States, that there are only 2 genders, male and female. And we will have no men participating in women's sports, and transgender operations, which became the rage, will occur very rarely. Finally, as we restore common sense in America, we're moving quickly to bring back strength and peace and stability abroad. I'm also going to ask all NATO nations to increase defense spending to 5% of GDP, which is what it should have been years ago. It was only at 2%, and most nations didn't pay until I came along. I insisted that they pay, and they did, because the United States was really paying the difference at that time, and it was unfair to the United States. But many, many things have been unfair for many years to the United States. Before even taking office, my team negotiated a
Everybody in that
ceasefire
room is
agreement
mad
in
as
the Middle
fuck
East, which
right now.
wouldn't have
They
happened
fucking
without
hate
us,
these policies
as
because
I
Biden
think
was
most
pushing
of the
their
people in the room
policies.
know. Earlier this week, the hostages began to return to their families. They are returning, and it's a beautiful sight, and they'll be coming in more and more. They started coming back on Sunday. Our efforts to secure a peace settlement between Russia and Ukraine are now hopefully underway. It's so important to get that done. That is an absolute killing field. Millions of soldiers are being killed, and nobody's seen anything like it since World War II. They're laying dead all over the flat fields. It's a flat field farmland, and there's millions of Russians and millions of Ukrainians, and nobody's seen anything like it since World War II. It's time to end it, and here in America, we have big events coming up. Next year, we have the 250th anniversary of America's founding. I'm so honored to be president during that. That's been a big event. They've been talking about it for 10 years. We also have the World Cup, and I understand Gianni's in the room. Infantino, he was very instrumental in helping us get it. He's there with you someplace, I think, and I want to thank him for that. And then we have the Olympics coming up, which I was instrumental in getting also in my first term, and who would have known that by skipping a term I would get the Olympics? I was upset. I said, you know, I got the Olympics to come and I won't be president, but it turned out through a stroke of luck, or whatever you might call it, that I'm going to be president during the World Cup and the Olympics and the 250th anniversary. So that's going to be 3 big events. And we've accomplished more in less than 4 days. We have really been working 4 days than other administrations have accomplished in 4 years. And we're just getting started. It's really an amazing thing to see, and the spirit and the light over our country has been incredible. Under the last administration, our nation has suffered greatly, but we're going to bring it back and make it greater, bigger, stronger, better than ever before. I want to thank everybody for
shit, I
being
can't
with
buy
you.
anything.
I
I
would
don't
have
have
been
enough
there myself, except the inauguration was 2 days ago. I thought it might be a little bit quick to make it the first stop. But we'll get there one day. We hope to get there. But I do appreciate, I heard the audience is fantastic, and many of my friends are in the audience. And I will
This
be taking
the only problem with
questions now
this
from
fucking
some
way to get
very
ascendancy
distinguished
points is
people.
it takes
Thank you all
fucking
very much.
forever, man. It takes so long to pull through this.
That went so
Thank you.
hard.
Thank you very much, Mr. President, for that very powerful speech. And I think you could hear the applause all the way from Davos to the White House. But next year it will be even better, because then you can get the applause here in Davos. So we wish you welcome to our village next year. We hope to see you.
Fucking drop a goddamn missile there.
We also know, Mr. President, that you opened up for interaction here. We have a great panel with some of the most distinguished business people in the world. Let me start with someone that
Please
you know
bring up
really
climate
well,
shit so he
that
can
I
shit on you
think is
fuckers.
almost a neighbor of you in in Florida. Mr. Steve Schwartzman, Chairman, CEO, and co-founder of Blackstone Group. So, Steve, floor's yours.
Well, Mr. President, I'm sure the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia will be really glad you gave this speech today.
What does that mean?
You've had the busiest 4 days that anybody can imagine, and congratulations for that. My question is about some of the things I've observed here at Davos. It's a terrific forum. I've met lots of people, as usual.
Why am I running so
I think I've
fast?
been here 30 years.
I like
And
this. I don't know
a
why
lot
I'm
of
running so
the
fast, but I like it.
European business people have expressed enormous frustration with the regulatory regime in the EU, and they attribute slower growth rates here because of the numerous factors, but especially because of regulations. And you've taken a completely different approach in this area. And if you could explain the theory of what you're doing, how you're going to do it, and what you expect the outcome
It's a
to
pretty
be.
complicated question.
I'd appreciate it. Well, thank you very much, and congratulations, Steve. You're a friend of mine, but on a great career. You've had an amazing career, and it continues. I just want to congratulate you. Very inspirational to a lot of people. I want to talk about the EU, because you mentioned specifically that I've also had a lot of friends and leaders of countries. I've gotten to know them all my first term and a little bit during this period of 4 years, and know them well, like them a lot, but they're very frustrated because of the time everything seems to take to get approved. Environmental impact statements for things that you shouldn't even have to do that, and many, many other ways that it takes. And I'm going to give you a quick little example.
Dude, this hair foot, I like this. Like that, moving real fast like this is really nice.
The world is a little different. I had a nice, simple life. You knew that. But when I had that simple life, I did projects, and I had a big project in Ireland, and it had to get approval on something that would have made it even better. And I got the approval from Ireland in a period of a week. And it was a very, very, very efficient, good approval. And they informed me, though, the problem is you're going to have to get it from the EU, and we think that'll take 5 to 6 years. And I said, you have to be kidding. And this was before politics. And I said, wait a minute, it's not that important. I don't want to go 5 or 6 years, but it would have been a big investment. It would have been nice, and it would have been good for the project. And I sent the people to the EU to see if they could speed it up, and basically it was a 5 or 6 year wait just to get a simple approval that Ireland gave me in a period of literally not much more than a week. And I realized right then, that was the first time I really was involved with the EU, but I realized right then that's a problem, and I didn't even bother applying to do it. Or if I did, I pulled it very quickly. I have to be very accurate because I don't want to be criticized. He did apply, actually. No, I want to be very accurate. So I don't think I did, but if I did, I pulled it very quickly. It was just something you couldn't wait 5 years or 6 years to get an approval. So a lot of, in a very big business sense, a lot of people are claiming that's the problem. From the standpoint of America, the EU treats us very, very unfairly, very badly. They have a large tax that we know about, and a VAT tax, and it's a very substantial one. They don't take essentially don't take our farm products, and they don't take our cars, yet they send cars to us by the millions. They put tariffs on things that we want to do, like, for instance, I think they actually, in terms of, these are non-economic or non-monetary tariffs, and those are very bad, and they make it very difficult to bring products into Europe, and yet they expect to be selling, and they do sell their products in the United States. So we have, hundreds of billions of dollars of deficits with the EU, and nobody's happy with it, and we're going to do something about it, but nobody's happy with it. So
then
I think
that's all the EU leaders right there. They are not happy about that.
Friends of mine that are in some of the nations within the EU, great people, they want to be able to compete better, and you can't compete when you can't go through the approval process fast. There's no reason why it can't go faster. So, I'm trying to be constructive because I love Europe. I love the countries of Europe, but the process is a very cumbersome one. And they do treat the United States of America very, very unfairly with the VAT taxes and all of the other taxes they impose. One other, just to finish up, I got a call from the head of a major airline, one of the biggest airlines in the world, and he said, sir, could you help us? What? Landing in Europe is brutal. They charge us fees for everything, and it's so unfair. I said, how does it compare to China? He said, it's much worse. And the other thing, as you know, they took court cases with Apple, and they supposedly won a case that most people didn't think was much of a case. They won 15 or 16 billion from Apple. They won billions from Google. I think they're after Facebook for billions and billions. These are American companies. Whether you like them or not, they're American companies, and they shouldn't be doing that. And that's, as far as I'm concerned, it's a form of taxation. So we have some very big complaints with the EU. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. We'll now go to one of your friends in the EU, Patrick Poyana. He's the chairman and CEO of Total Energies. I guess you have a question ready, Patrick, for the president.
Mr. President, as we understand, energy is at the top of your agenda, and it's an honor for me to represent the energy industry tonight. In this panel, Total Energies is indeed the fourth largest oil and gas and electricity company in the world.
We're almost halfway
I
through.
would like to ask you a question about the oil price. It's quite clear what you expect from us. I will go to gas more. And our company is the largest #1 exporter LNG from the US company. We are a strong contributor to, and we invest in a mammoth LNG projects in Texas, $20 billion.
The first time I've been hit.
200, but it's $20 billion.
Dude,
And,
this faster
we
speed
contribute
makes such a big
to
difference.
the security of
They're
supply
running
to
through
Europe
this.
as we export this LNG to Europe. Some experts fear that if there are too many projects developed in the US on LNG, this could have an inflationary impact on the US domestic gas price. And they recommend a pause on these projects. I would ask you the following question: what are your views about such a pause on investments on LNG in the US? What would happen if you would observe an increased domestic gas price because of these exports? And final question, which is important for Europe: would you agree to guarantee security of supply of US LNG to Europe?
Well, on the last part of your question, yes, I would. I would make sure that you get it. If we make a deal, we make a deal. You'll get it. Because a lot of people do have that problem. They make a deal and then they can't get supplied because of war-type problems and other problems. So we would absolutely do that. LNG is very interesting because when I took office for the first term, one of the first things I looked at was there were two very massive plants in Louisiana, a state that has been very good to me, won it by many, many points. And I felt strongly indebted to it, actually. And they said there are two plants that have been under environmental consideration for more than 10 years. And they were costing, as you say, you know how expensive those plants are, but they were costing like 12 billion and I think 14 or 15 billion, but they couldn't get their permits.
All right,
it was,
so second
they
boss
were in
should be coming.
review for years, many
Oh wait,
years.
no, we just started. We got
like
ways to go still.
a decade or more. And I said, it's so ridiculous. I know so much about that because in the construction industry, I had to go through it too, but I got good at it after a while. But I saw the projects, and you're talking about a total investment of 25 to 30 billion dollars, and it looked like it was going to end. They couldn't get their permits, and I got them done in less than a week. It was done, completed. In fact, when they called them to announce that it was done, the countries, largely countries, Japan was involved and another country and some very big investors, they couldn't believe it. They actually couldn't believe it. And I said, just do yourself one favor. Don't pay any consultants, because the only one that got it done was me. I got it done because it was the right thing to do for the U.S. and for the world, but the consultants had nothing to do with it. You know, the consultants go in and they say, give us millions of dollars because Trump did it. Nobody called me about it. I just heard it was a problem for years. And I got it done because it was the right thing to do for the U.S. and the right thing to do for beyond. It had to do with energy, very important. So I think it's very important. I think I disagree with one. I think the more that you do, the lower the price is going to go. And what I'd like to see is rapid approvals. We're going to get very rapid approvals in the United States, like with the AI plans.
I don't know if I want to waste money on that.
Many people want to build them. That's going to
Store
be a very
277
big
on, or how much
we're
are we
going to
down?
build electric
Only down 100.
generating facilities. They are going to build. I'm going to get them the approval. Under emergency declaration, I can get the approvals done myself without having to go through years of waiting. And the big problem is we
more
need double
damage.
the energy we currently have in the United States. Can you imagine? For AI to really be as big as we want to have it, because it's a very competitive, it'll be very competitive with
Oof.
China and others.
This is
So
not
I'm gonna
great.
give emergency
This is not
declarations
great.
so that they can start building them almost immediately. And I think it was largely my idea because nobody thought this was possible. It wasn't that they were not smart, because they're the smartest.
Some of these penalties
But
suck.
I
Yo,
told
what
them
up,
that
man?
what I want you to do is build your electric generating plant.
Sorry, we're
right next to
watching
your plant,
the World
'cause it's
Economic
something building
Forum right
connected.
now, watching Trump shit on
And
these
they
people.
said, wow, you're kidding. And I said, no, I'm not kidding. You don't have to hook into the grid, which is old and, could be taken out. If it's taken out, they wouldn't have any way to get any electricity. So we are going to allow them to go on a very rapid basis to build their plant, build the electric generating plant. They can fuel it with anything they want, and they may have coal
This
as a
is
backup.
really not a great
Good,
choice.
Clean coal,
We don't want to lose our
If there were a
uniques.
problem with a pipe coming in, as an example, you're going with
The
gas,
fuck just
oil
happened?
gas, and a pipe gets blown up.
Operation
or for
timed
some
out.
reason
What the
doesn't work.
fuck?
There are some companies in the U.S. that have coal.
We're gonna lose all of our
sitting
progress.
Right by the plant.
We're gonna lose all of
that
our
if
fucking
there's an
progress.
emergency, they can go to that short-term basis and use our very clean coal. So that's something else that a lot of people didn't even know about. But
You've got to be
nothing can destroy
shitting
coal.
me.
Not the weather, not a bomb, nothing. It might make it a little smaller, might make it a little different shape.
That's bullshit,
but
man.
coal is
I'm gonna
very
lose.
strong
We
as
were
a
almost
backup.
done.
It's a great backup to have that facility, and it would
That's
cost much
fucking dumb.
more money. And we have more coal than anybody. We also have more oil and gas than anybody.
Did I lose
So,
the internet or
we're
something?
gonna make
What
it
the
so
fuck is
that
going
the
on?
plants will have their own electric generating facilities attached right to their plant. They don't have to worry about a utility. They don't have to worry about
Operation
anything. And we're going to
timed
get
out.
very rapid approvals.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. President. We'll
I don't-
now go to another CEO that you know very well, Brian Monahan, the CEO and Chair of Bank of America.
Good afternoon, Mr. President, and congratulations, and obviously a
Yeah, he's gonna be
for
real
you and
careful
your
about what
family.
he says. He's a U.S.
If you remember
company.
5 years ago, you came here and we walked among 150 CEOs from all over the world, and you engaged with them about your policies and your procedures. This year, you're not here, and yet this week was eventful from the orders that you mentioned earlier. Literally a wave of orders
I don't know what
coming
happened.
out on immigration, on
I can't get back into the game.
trade, and many other matters. And so, as a representative of the United States here, we got a lot of questions about what does all this mean and how would the president square this.
Well, we're
with
definitely
his
going to lose
clear focus
our.
on growth, prosperity,
We didn't get back in fast
market
enough, so we're
growth,
definitely going to
stock
lose our
market growth,
progress.
a good bond market, and bringing down prices. So how do you think about the impact of all these orders and how fast they come out, and how you're going to balance them with that scorecard of being successful in both continuing GDP growth, bringing down inflation, and also having a good stock price appreciation for the American citizen?
Well, I think it's going to actually bring down inflation.
I think my
it's gonna
internet's
bring up
fucked up.
jobs. We're going to have a lot of jobs. We're going to have a lot of companies moving in. You know, Brian, we're at 21%. It was at 40%, and I got it down to 21%, the corporate tax. And it was actually, if you look at state and city, it was in many cases much higher than 40%. I got it down to 21%. And now we're going to bring it down from 21 to 15% if, there's a big if you make your product in the
I don't know
US.
what's
So
going
we'll have
on,
the
but I
lowest-
can't get
just
into the
about
game.
The lowest rate. It'll be, the 21 is on the low side worldwide. The 15 is about as low as it gets. And by far the lowest of a large country, a large, you know, rich, powerful country by far, not even a contest. So we're going to bring it down to 15% if you make your product in the USA. So that's going to create a tremendous buzz. We're also probably going back to the 1 year deduction where we deduct, you know, we
Says
did
the
that
servers are
originally,
down.
and that was amazing what the impact that had. The 1 year deduction, which built up over a period of time, and then it expires.
Didn't
But
say
we're
the
gonna go
servers
back
were
to
going
that
down.
when we do the renewal of the Trump tax plan. We have to get Democrats to approve it. But, you know, if the Democrats didn't approve it, I don't know how they can survive with about a 45% tax increase, because that's what it would be. And so I think they're going to be. We've been working.
Says there's
along
no
with them
reported issues
pretty
at this
well.
time.
I think it's very hard for a political group to say, let's charge people 45% more. So I think we're in good shape, but we're actually doing a reduction
I don't know
for
what to do.
business and
I guess
small
we're not getting back in.
businesses where you're going to be.
I don't
bring
know-
it down
I don't
to
know what the fuck
15%,
happened.
which is really something. And by the way, speaking of you, and you've done a fantastic job, but I hope you start opening your bank to conservatives, because many conservatives complain that the banks are not allowing them to do business within the bank, and that included a place called Bank of America. They don't take conservative business. And I don't know if the regulators mandated that because of Biden or what, but you and Jamie and everybody, I hope you're going to open your banks to conservatives, because what you're doing is wrong.
Mr. President, I'll say that your friend Gianni said hello, told me to tell you hello, and we look forward to sponsoring the World Cup when it comes both this summer for the club and next year. So thank you for getting that for the United States.
Thank you very much, Brian.
Thank you,
Oh, that was
Mr.
unbelievable.
President. We'll now go to Anna Butin. She's the executive chairman of Banco Santander.
No, I can't even log in now. I can't
one
even
of the
click
big
it.
European banks, and also in the U.S. So, Anna.
Mr. President, congratulations on a historic victory. I believe you don't know me as well as my fellow panelists, so a few words. Santander is one of the largest banks in the world by number of customers, 170 million. That's more than my friend Brian or my friend Jamie have. And those...
Yeah.
They fix the
The servers
regulations.
must be down.
that's coming, that's coming.
That was cheeky.
we're a big investor in the United States. We have many million customers, 12,000 employees. We're one of the largest auto lenders, and we recently launched a fully digital bank called Open Bank. We strongly believe banks have
Yo, what
a
up, Purple
pivotal
Haze?
role in the economy,
Servers just went down, so I don't know what we're doing right now.
More customers. That's what we're doing in the United States.
Sucks,
so,
man.
As Brian pointed out, we very
I'm not
much
set up
welcome
to
your
play
focus
anything else really right
on
now.
deregulation
It's not letting me back
reducing
in.
bureaucracy. So my question
Yeah, it's the
is,
World.
what are your
It's the World
priorities,
Economic
in
Forum.
this
I
regard,
wanted to
and
see.
how fast is
I
this
wanted
gonna
to hear the
happen?
speech.
Thank you very much.
It's over now. I just
Thank
been
you,
trying to get back into the
congratulations.
servers.
I know very much about your bank, and you've done a fantastic job.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
yeah, that's fine, man. I don't know what we're gonna do. We're about to switch
move
things
very
up, I
quickly.
guess.
We've moved very quickly. We've done things in the last 3 days that nobody thought were possible.
Yeah, I don't
to
know.
do
It
in
doesn't
years.
say the servers are down. It's
And,
fucking
it's
crazy.
all
I don't know what to do.
It's all taking effect. It's going to have a huge impact on the economy, a huge positive impact. Money
Does
was
not
being
say
wasted
servers are
on
down.
crazy things. I mean, the Green New Deal was such a total disgrace. How that was perpetrated, and it was conceived of by people that were average students, less than average students, I might
Up
add.
servers are up
and
again.
never
Servers
even
are
took
down.
a course in energy or the environment. It was just a game. Remember, the world was going to end in 12
dude,
years?
it sucks they didn't tell
Remember
us
that?
the
Well,
servers
12
were
years
going
has come
down.
and gone. It was
Because I'm
gonna
gonna
end. It
lose
was
my
gonna
fucking
all foam into earth.
my run, which is
But,
gonna
you know,
suck.
The time has come. These people, and they really scared the Democrats large. I can't say the Republicans. The Republicans maybe could have fought harder to stop it, but it's been a tremendous waste of money. You know, during my 4 years, we had the cleanest air, we had the cleanest water,
Undergoing
we had the
maintenance.
most
It does
productive
not say
economy
how
in the
long they're
history
gonna
of
be
our
down
country.
for.
We had the most
Fuck.
productive
Okay.
economy until COVID came. We had the most productive
All right.
in the history
Well,
of our
that's a
country
problem.
by far. And actually, you can look worldwide.
I don't have any other
we were
games
beating
set up right now
everybody
to
from
play.
China to everybody else. So, and we think we really now, with what we have learned and all of the other things that have taken place, we think we can even far surpass that. Actually, far surpass it. But we do. One thing we're going to be demanding is we're going to be demanding respect from other nations. Canada, we have a tremendous deficit with Canada. We're not going to have that anymore. We can't do it. It's I don't know if it's good for them.
Where's Phantom Blade
as you
Zero
probably
coming
know,
out
I say
at?
you can always
I want to
become
play
a state.
Phantom Blade Zero, but I
And
don't
if
know what
you're
it
a
came
state,
out
We
on.
won't have a deficit. We won't have to tariff you, et cetera, But Canada has been very tough to deal with over the years, and it's not fair that we should have a $200 billion or $250 billion deficit. We don't need them to make our cars, and they make a lot of them. We don't need their lumber because we have our own
Microsoft
forests,
Windows.
et cetera. We don't need their oil and gas. We have our.
So is it
we
going to
have
be on
more
the
than
Windows
anybody.
Store?
So, just as an example, with Mexico, we're dealing with Mexico, I think, very well. And we're just, we just want to be treated fairly with other nations because there's hardly a nation in the world, and I blame this on us, and I blame it on politicians that, for some reason, mostly it's stupidity, but you could also say other reasons, but mostly stupidity. They've allowed other nations to take advantage of the U.S., and we can't allow that to happen anymore. You know, we have debt. It's a very small debt when you compare it to the value of the assets that we have, but we don't want to do that. We want to just have debt be obliterated, and we'll be able to do that fairly rapidly. And a lot of good things are going to happen. And honestly, good things are going to happen for the world, and good things are going to happen for the people that are dealing with us, allies and beyond allies. One thing very important.
Still
I really
no
would like to
release
be
date.
able
Somebody
to
said it came out this
meet
month.
with President Putin soon and get that war ended. And that's not from the standpoint of economy or anything else. It's from the standpoint of millions of lives are being wasted. Beautiful young people are
Damn,
being
guys,
shot.
I don't know.
In the
If this server don't
battlefield,
come
you
back
know,
up,
the bullet,
I don't
very
have anything set up to
flat
play
land, as I
right
said,
now.
And the bullet goes. There's no hiding, and a bullet. The only thing going to stop the bullet is a human body. And you have to see. I've seen pictures of what's taken place. It's a carnage, and we really have to stop that war. That war is horrible. And I'm not talking economy. I'm not talking economics. I'm not talking about natural resource. I'm just talking about There's so many young people being killed in this war, and that's not including the people that have been killed as the cities are being, knocked down building by building. So,
alrighty then.
We really should get that stopped. Likewise, in the Middle East, I think we've made a lot of progress in the Middle East, and I think that's gonna come along pretty well.
Thank you, Mr. President.
All right, I'm gonna let this play for a second. I'm gonna go let my dogs in real quick, and then we'll try to figure something out.
Relationship in the world is between the U.S. and China. U.S. 28% of the global economy, China close to 20. That's almost half of the global GDP. And we know that you called President Xi Jinping last Friday. We heard that you had a good discussion. How do you see the relationship between the U.S. and China in the next 4 years under your leadership?
He called me, but I see it very good. I think that we're going to have a very good relationship. All we want is fairness. We just want a level playing field. We don't want to take advantage. We've been having massive deficits with China. Biden allowed it to get out of hand. He's $1.1 trillion deficit. It's ridiculous. And it's just an unfair relationship. And we have to make it just fair. We don't have to make it phenomenal. We have to make it a fair relationship. Right now, it's not a fair relationship. The deficit is massive, as it is with other countries, a lot of Asian countries, actually. But we have deficits that are very big, and we can't keep doing that. So we're not going to keep doing that. But I like President Xi very much. I've always liked him. We always had a very good relationship. It was very strained with COVID coming out of Wuhan. Obviously, that strained it. I'm sure it strained it with a lot of people, but that strained our relationship. But we always had a great relationship, I would say, and we look forward to doing very well with China and getting along with China. Hopefully, China can help us stop the war with, in particular, Russia, Ukraine, and they have a great deal of power over that situation. And we'll work with them, and I mentioned that during our phone conversation with President Xi. And hopefully we could work together and get that stopped. We'd like to see denuclearization. In fact, with President Putin, prior to an election result, which was frankly ridiculous, we were talking about denuclearization of our two countries, and China would have come along. China has a much smaller, right now, nuclear armament than us, or field than us, but they're going to be catching it at some point over the next 4 or 5 years. And I will tell you that President Putin really liked the idea of cutting way back on nuclear. And I think the rest of the world, we would have gotten them to follow. And China would have come along too. China also liked it. Tremendous amounts of money are being spent on nuclear.
It doesn't say that.
And the destructive capability.
It says they're just restarting the servers.
We don't even want to talk about today because you don't want to hear it. It's too depressing. So we want to see if we can denuclearize, and I think that's very possible. And I can tell you that President Putin wanted to do it. He and I wanted to do it. We had a good conversation with China. They would have been involved, and that would have been an unbelievable thing for the planet.
Mr. President, when you're back here in Davos next year, will there be then a peace agreement with Ukraine and Russia by then?
No, it's still down.
Well, you're going to have to ask Russia.
It's just weird.
Ukraine
it doesn't say anything about server maintenance on their
Make a
website.
deal. Just so you understand, this is a war that should have never started. If I were president, it would never have started. This is a war that should have never, ever been started. And it wasn't started during there was never even talk about it. I knew that it was the apple of President Putin's eye, but I also knew that there was no way he was going in, and he wasn't going to go in. And then when I was out, bad things happened, bad things were said, a lot of stupidity all around, and you end up with what you have. Now you have all these bombed out cities. They look like demolition sites with many people killed. I think the thing that you'll see about Ukraine is that far more people have died than is being reported. And I've seen that. But far, far more people have died. When you look at a city that's become a demolition site where big buildings have been collapsed by missiles hitting them and everything else, and they say one person was slightly injured. No, many people were killed. Those are big buildings. I was surprised at how that was my business. These are buildings that go 2 and 3 blocks long. They're 20 stories high. They're big, powerful buildings, and they were knocked down, and there were a lot of people in those buildings. That announced that 2 people were injured. That's not true. So I think you're going to find that there were many more people killed in Ukraine in the Ukraine war than anybody has any idea. But if you look now, so many of the people being killed are soldiers just facing each other with guns, rifles, and drones, the new form of warfare, drones. And it's a very sad thing to see. And when you see pictures of the fields that I see, nobody wants to see it. You'll never be the same.
Thank you very much, Mr. President, on behalf of all the 3,000 participants here in Davos. We really underline that joining us the third day in your presidency, live taking questions here is so appreciated, and we are already ready for receiving you next year in person. So thank you very much, and all the best from Davos.
All right. Drop a missile on that fucking place now. Get rid of these people.
Oh my god. They're not even clapping.
Yeah, it's not.
It's like they were all just handed a termination notice. And I'd like to say, under each and every single one of your chairs, please, you will find an envelope. This is an envelope that includes an arrest warrant for every single one of you. You're all being arrested right now live. Thank you very much. I've sent my agents in the United States military as a peacekeeping force to arrest all of you live now. That...
All right. I wanted to hear that. That's over. We'll watch something else. I don't know what the fuck we're gonna play, guys. I haven't got any buttons set up unless we go back and play Call of Duty for any of the new games. So, I'm looking for a I'd like to see a short 5090 review. There's a bunch. Jay's 2 Cents did one, but it's like 40 minutes long, and I really don't want to watch a 40-minute video on the graphics cards. Damn, bro. Ain't much coming out today. God, how come everybody's 5090 reviews like 40 minutes long?
Academy here, adding to similar efforts in 3 new states. Companies that have made strides in cultivated meat technology said Florida's law stifles innovation in a space that's becoming competitive globally. Look, DeSantis's calculation on this, I remember when they were trying to push it through, I just wasn't sure if it was fully there. His calculation basically was, this is an attack on the WEF. You guys want us to eat bugs, while I always say you guys will eat the foie gras, you guys will eat the filet mignon and all of those things, and we're just not going to do that, right? So I understand the inclination, but you know I always fall on the side of freedom.
I'm not eating bugs. There ain't no fucking way. I would take, if the WEF pushed that, I would hunt down the families of the WEF members and eat them before I eat bugs. That shit would never fucking happen. Oh, man. Liberalism is fucking cancer, bro. Alright. I don't know what the fuck we're gonna watch. Rise and Fall of Vietnam. This algorithm is terrible. It is not putting up anything. I get all these fucking videos like this because I use them as screensavers for my monitor. Video game industry needs to crash. I'd like to do like a conspiracy theory video or something. YouTube's not a huge fan of them, so they get shit on pretty regularly. Decent. I don't know what the fuck we're gonna watch.
And costly electric vehicle mandate. We're going to let people buy the car they want to buy. I declared a national energy emergency, and it's so important. National energy emergency to unlock the liquid gold under our feet and pave the way for rapid approvals of new energy infrastructure. The United States has the largest amount of oil and gas of any country on earth, and we're going to use it. Not only will this reduce the cost of virtually all goods and services, it'll make the United States a manufacturing superpower and the world capital of artificial intelligence and crypto. My administration has also begun the largest deregulation.
Reason? Most of them. I'm ready to see
Most of them. All right,
$1.50.
that's fair.
To see the Federal Reserve abolish. I'm ready to see Trump buy
Trump won, not Ron
Bitcoins
Paul.
for a strategic reserve for us Americans to have.
The official
That's
Trump
not gonna
meme.
happen.
The northern, the southern border is secure. I'm ready to.
All right, we're not watching that. I don't want to listen to that shit. God damn, guys, I don't know. I really just planned on farming PoE today. I didn't really have anything else planned.
Hello guys and gals, me Mutahar, and I personally think video gaming should have a little bit of a crash based on some of the stuff that I've read. Now, ladies and gentlemen, there's been a lot of assumptions. GTA 6 might cost $100. Analysts think it's a bad idea. Now, you don't need to be a genius to remind people that charging up video games is not something the audience or the gaming public is necessarily excited about. But to give you an idea, I'm not really all that shocked. I was looking at this IGN poll, which is not like super duper shocking, okay? It's not scientific material. I think out of like a few thousand or several thousand voters, at least 30% were like, yeah, sure, I'm willing to pay some more. With a few percent left going, we'll see on the trailer. But at the end of the day, all right, AAA gaming is in this kind of weird spot where I feel like most people are just buying cash shops for the most part. Like if you're a sports gamer and you buy like Madden every year, God forbid, NBA every year, God forbid, you're probably also buying a storefront where you put the game in, install it, patch it, whatever, and then on top of the $60 you already spent or $70, whatever, you might be enticed by some microtransactions. So it's always weird to me when I see just how much AAA gaming tries to nickel and dime its audience to the point where I am physically disgusted sometimes where like, you know, you buy a game for $60-$70 and it's like, whoa, you want me to spend more on top of it for what? Like skins? But
yeah,
that's the world we
I
live
might just
in,
call
and it's
it for
kind of
right now.
normalized. Now, to give you an idea, ladies and gentlemen, 100 USD to at least my Canadian currency is $143.75 as of right now. Now, to give you an idea, that's a lot of money, okay? But that's not
servers are
all
only going to be
you're
down for
paying.
15
All right,
minutes.
so if I go to the Canada sales tax calculator, which I think is also important, you shouldn't just look at the base price. If I take that $143.75 and I decide, yeah, I'm going to throw that into my province, calculate it, not only do I have to pay like $7.19 federal, I have to pay $11.50 provincial. All that comes up to $162.44. Now, if you think the average person, heck, even somebody that's well off is going to think, yeah, that new game, it's worth paying $162 for, you're fucking insane. Now, I know there's a lot of defenses out here, but Muta, what if you put 100 hours into a game? Think about the price-to-hour ratio.
It says at the top PoE2 is undergoing maintenance, but it does not say how long it's going to be.
Maybe something like Monster Hunter. Maybe
I think the
something
people
like
that are saying
Cyberpunk, games
15
that come
minutes are
once in a
being
while.
really, really generous.
And you might be like, well, wouldn't GTA 6 be worth $100, Mood? I mean, you're clearly excited for it, and it's going to be a generational defining game, which, again, mind you, I don't jump into the hype
Bro, I
cycle,
guess I'm going to
so
go run some errands and shit, man, and get that out of the way. Come back and play this afternoon.
That GTA 6 is going to be
all right, guys.
a win
As soon as server maintenance comes back up, I will hop back on, and we will go from there. Thank you all who tuned in for
the biggest fear that
short
people
stream
have
this
is,
morning.
whoa, other game companies might think, oh shit, I might.
We will bring this back in a little bit. I don't want to set up a new game right now, and I really don't want to sit here and just keep trying to log in. All right, guys. I will be back on shortly. Peace.